Going for boost. Well, I think going for boost, if you're a boost merchant, like someone like AJ or someone, you go for boost.
100% of the time.
Yes.
Always, every second of every game. Ball's going in your net, don't worry about it. Go get the boost and make sure you've got the full 100 to celebrate with the other team.
Oh God. Never. Yeah, never. Always go for full.
Yeah.
Number one rule of Rocket League.
Welcome to the Boost Over Ball podcast, where three aggressively average Rocket League players talk about everything RLCS with your hosts, Ace, Code Red Jack, Kyle Cube, and AJ Binky. So, if you've ever wondered when the best time to go for Boost Over Ball is, you've come to the right place.
I still need a pack.
So do I.
Have we started yet? I thought this was starting.
I mean, it's recording, so.
Beautiful.
I mean, I'll probably cut some of that out, but some of that was really good.
Yeah. Make sure you tip the editor, all right?
Yeah, we'll do. Make sure
Just
to give
have
him.
to go through all that.
Make sure to give him a nice crisp high five. I got it.
The video guy too. Yeah, and the video guy.
Yep.
God, we're funny.
And the raspberries, the flag guy.
Yeah, big flag guy.
Yeah.
Huge.
Isn't he?
Flag guy's gonna be here, right?
Flag guy's got media passes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
yeah, flag
Who's
guy.
on media passes with him?
That I don't know. I know he got a couple of them though.
I think he got 4.
I think so too.
Yeah,
which
I
kind of
think it
makes
was
me
4.
feel a little bit shit because he didn't really have to do anything for it. But then again, I do remember that I'm the person who sent him all of the contact information to talk to them about it.
It is like because of MLE though, and
No, I know.
He's kind of massive.
I know, but they wouldn't have gotten it if I didn't send him the info, so I'm taking credit.
Well, yeah, it is your fault.
Yep.
It's definitely your fault.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Boost Over Ball podcast. To listeners new and old, hello and welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm here today with the full crew, with AJ and Code Red Jack. How's it going, guys?
Howdy.
Going pretty good. Excited for this week.
Hell yeah. And on that note, ladies and gentle cars, the time has finally come for our fall major preview, or our final major preview of the season, culminating in the spring major in Boston. We will be giving our predictions, talking about the storylines that heading into the event, and generally just previewing our final event before Worlds. But before we get started, some news dropped earlier this week about NRG. Ace, you want to take it away? Let everybody know what's going on?
Oh boy. So normally this is what we start to see between seasons, but it looks like we are starting to see the beginning of roster apocalypse. NRG has announced that Squishy and NRG are going to be parting ways, so no more Squishy muffins on NRG. What are your thoughts, guys?
I mean,
we called it, didn't we?
yes, we said something had to change.
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely called something had to change, but and Squishy kind of seems like the logical choice to me.
I don't remember if I said it in the podcast or not, but I said they don't change anything, and then they don't make a major next year or next season. But I'm wrong.
I think it was one. I think you said that last week, so it lasted 1 week. We're all good.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. I think it was after the podcast that I said that, just so it wouldn't be on recording. But
I think I remember. I think we
up.
stopped, and you immediately were like, "You know what?
Yeah.
Now we're not recording."
That was the next thing I said. I was like, it's over for them. They're done so. But yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Glad something happened.
that being said, Justin said on his stream earlier last week that he almost tried out for Shopify, and that he pulled out at the last minute because there are changes. In his words, quote, "Every NA team is going to change after Worlds." So he wanted to wait to see what would happen. And I mean, for us, that's kind of exciting. Listening to him talk about all that free content we're gonna get in the off season, but for everybody else, that is a little bit terrifying. Seems like no one's gonna be safe.
Every
will be
NA team, huh?
That's what he said. I mean, it could have been a little bit of
So-
an exaggeration, but who knows?
Who's off of G2?
Damn it. Well, it's not gonna be Atomic. He's like their whole team, and I
Right.
can't imagine a world where the knapsack leaves G2 unless he's
You
like
think it's
done
gonna be
competing.
Chicago?
I don't know. I mean, the only way I see them really making a change is if JNaps decides that it's time to hang it up.
Yeah, I could see that.
Although he said it at the Winter Major that he was, he still had that fire, about that competing, like the fire about competing still going. So I guess we'll have to, we'll see what happens with him.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well,
but,
that's exciting though.
Yeah. But transitioning now into our event, AJ, why don't you give us a rundown on the teams that will be appearing in Boston? Maybe not seeing in front of the general public, but that will be competing.
All right, we got Vitality, BDS, Carmine Corp, Team Liquid, Moist Esports, Space Station Gaming, Furia, Optic, Complexity, Gen G Mobile One Racing, Ground Zero, Power, Crew, Ninjas in Pajamas, Rule One, and Elevate.
Hell
You
yeah.
killed me with pronouncing the full Gen G name, by the way. I had to mute myself.
Hey, I mean, they probably pay a pretty penny to keep that in there, so
I'm sure that they do.
I'm not. Yeah,
I mean, just think about it. Like, it used to be the General NRG.
that's a good point. Yeah, whatever happened to that?
They parted ways.
That makes sense.
So most likely the General decided that they didn't want to spend that much money to have it named the General NRG, and they backed out.
Yeah, Shaq was sick of it.
But with that being said, we have some new faces here making, in the major. We have some teams that have been here before, but also, a few notable teams that are missing. In my opinion, the biggest one highlighting being FaZe. No FaZe clan. They are beat out in the tiebreaker by Gen G. If it hadn't been for the tiebreaker, it was possible that we didn't even see FaZe or Gen G make this event. So good to see at least one of them make the event, and I believe that tiebreaker win solidified Gen G as number 1 seed in NA for Worlds, regardless of what happens in this event.
I mean, it's good to see Fourth Clan is back, right?
Yeah, except my joke now is Fifth Clan, because, they only got 4
That's fair.
teams.
They didn't make it.
Or they got 5 teams, sorry.
Fourth-ish clan.
Fourth-ish clan.
6th clan.
Oh my god. Oh, that's funny.
Sixth clan.
Yeah.
Yep. Gosh.
How
How embarrassing for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From second place in the winter major to not even making the spring major. Well,
That's awful.
the peaks are very high for FaZe Clan, but the valleys are very low.
Yeah. Really low.
Jeez. But I'll run over real quick. In my opinion, some of the biggest storylines that we have. We'll leave these open ended, and these will be answered, as the event rolls along and as we continue to release our episodes later this weekend. But Vitality's got a perfect record since bringing on Zen. They are undefeated in this split. Can they keep it up? Can they win the spring regional and win everything possible for them? Similarly in Europe, is BDS back? Can Carmine Corp return to form after kind of playing second fiddle and third fiddle to Vitality? Does Liquid or Moist make some waves? Europe is as hotly contested as it's ever been, and some of the best teams in the world right now are coming out of there. So it kind of rolls into the fact that does NA stand a chance? Do they even make top 8? Is it possible we could see a top 8 and a top 4 with no NA teams? Elevate, can they even take a game after missing the winter major? We see Rule 1, a new team from MENA. Are they able to do anything? What happens with Optic? So lots of questions, and the only way that they can be answered is to watch the event. So with that, we'll kind of dive into each region and talk about some of the teams, talk about what we think, and what's going to happen. So Ace, why don't you jump on EU here?
EU. I mean, EU for me is a simple story. It's Vitality. We got Vitality, 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 right? Um, but other teams that we're gonna see. Oh, it's right there in front of me. Okay, I see what you're saying now. I had that actually up. I am looking at that page. I just didn't see the. Okay. Anyway, I'm new here. So, uh, what do we got? We got Vitality, BDS, Carmine Corp, Team Liquid, and Moist Esports. Those are EU teams. Uh, EU used to be a very hotly contested and close region, but with the way that Vitality's been playing, it really feels like it's suddenly become a one-team region. Uh, for me, though, I really think that we might see a very different outcome in Spring Major because all of these teams have now had multiple weeks to sit there, go through the tapes, and start planning out how they're going to take down Vitality because Vitality is the name to beat, right? Um, now, do you guys think that when it comes to EU versus NA, does that Vitality dominance transfer over to NA? Is NA even competitive against EU?
I
No.
don't think they're super competitive.
I feel like NA is gonna get slapped this major.
I feel the same, but there is also, there's a lot to be said about the different play styles between the regions. We've been surprised before,
Yeah.
but I don't know if we've been that surprised. Like there's a certain within the era of things that can happen, I don't see that one being one of them where NA somehow can take out EU and Vitality. But do you guys think Vitality is the only name to speak of in EU? I mean, BDS has been showing recently that they're back on form. Do you think they've continued that trend? Are they now competitive with Vitality?
I don't know if they're necessarily fully competitive with Vitality, but if you look at their results, third, second, it's very reminiscent to me of Space Station's run in NA. Now, I'm not going to call them the Space Station of NA because they've had world success. They're the defending world champions still. Seems like forever ago, but they still are. So you can't discount them. But they have certainly been on the upswing after having a tremendously awful first and second split.
Well, any other thoughts on EU as we dig into this here, or do we want to discuss NA a bit?
NA is just a whole bunch of teams that are gonna get beat by EU. So we just skipping. Eh?
I mean, I feel
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I feel like Furia and Complexity can throw a wrench in that, right? So, like, they're NA teams in theory, but I don't think that they play very much like an NA team. I think Furia is certainly on the come up right now. I think Complexity has been all over the place, winning the first regional and then, kind of regaining after a super early exit in the second regional. But, I think that those two teams have a lot to prove and a lot to show. Complexity played fantastically in the Winter Major, and, it's been since Worlds that Furia, we've seen them competing on the world stage, so I'm sure that they will come out swinging. And I know we talked about it a little bit before recording, but Furia Moist, first round. Like, rematch of probably the most hype match from the World Championships. I can't wait to see that. Unfortunately, it won't be in front of the live audience. It'll be, online before it's open to the public. But, I mean, there's certainly going to be a lot of really good matches.
Yeah, but we're going to watch party that. We all arrive early enough. It's going to be streamed, right?
Yes, they're all going to
But
be
you just
streamed.
said online audience. I'm listening.
Yeah, no, you're good. It's just not in person, right? So the Furia Moist match is actually tomorrow at 2:15 Eastern, which is a little bit weird to me, but we'll be able to watch party together all of the Friday matches.
Wait, it's tomorrow?
Yeah, the first round is tomorrow, the second round is Friday, and then everything else is Saturday and then Sunday.
Are we going to be able to see Friday, or are we just only Saturday? I thought it was only Saturday, Sunday for us, right?
It's only Saturday, Sunday in person, but, we'll be able to watch online on Friday for everybody.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, dang. I know what I'm doing tomorrow morning.
Exactly, me too.
Flying to Boston?
No, my flight doesn't leave till tomorrow afternoon. I am arriving at Boston at 8 in the morning. I'm flying all night.
The red
Great.
eye.
Dang. Holy
Sleeping.
shit.
Yeah, I leave. I fly out of Seattle at 11 p.m.
Oh my god.
I think it's like a 6-hour flight and a 3-hour time change.
It's so long.
Yeah.
Fun times.
I'm there tomorrow by 2:30 or 10:30 a.m.
Heck yeah. But we can wrap up some of the teams here. Moving on to OCE, we have Ground Zero making a return and Team Power making an appearance after knocking Pioneers off. They didn't take a single game or a match in the last event. Do you guys see any reason for them to do any better this time?
Wait, who?
Power and Ground Zero, the OCE teams.
Ground Zero. I'm really hoping they do better.
Me too.
I'm hoping
I
they
really like that
do,
team.
but let's see. Well, let's take a look. So, no. Ground Zero depends on who they end up with against in the lower bracket. Ground Zero's first game is Carmine Corp. They're not going to take a game in that. But
I had them taking one game against the Carmine.
I think that we're going to.
First round jitters.
Are we going to see? Are we going to see? Let's see. Match 1, match 2.
So
match 3, match 4,
if
5. So Power and Ground will go against each other. So one of them will get a win.
Yeah, you're technically speaking, you are correct. Yeah. So an OCE team will get one win no matter what happens, regardless of the outcomes of the first round matches. So
Wait, is that true?
So if
Yes.
Power lose to Space Station, they play the loser of Carmine Corp and Ground Zero.
Right.
And so if Ground Zero lose to Carmine Corp, then it's
you're
it's
right,
Power
you're right.
versus Ground Zero. So one team has to win.
Yeah.
But I mean, it'd be hard to do worse than they did in the last event. You know, with both OCE teams taking 0 games out of 3 series. So, no, that's a lie. I think that's a lie.
You liar.
I swear.
What a liar, man.
Pioneers. Yeah, Ground Zero won 1 series against Game and Gladiators from MENA. No, from APAC, I'm sorry. So, against a lesser region than OCE. But, you know, again, world stage, so forgive me on that one. But then, Ace, you want to take Sam?
Oh, Sam. So we're looking at Crew. We're looking at Ninjas in Pajamas. I am excited to see how they both do. We know from seeing Furia come up to NA, they had a rocky start, but they've made it. They're here. They're in the spring major, right? They're starting to really come into their own, and they seem to be picking up steam. I feel like them moving up was great for Sam because now Crew and Secret, Ninjas and Pajamas are all doing way better, right? They have more room to grow themselves. I feel like we're going to see some surprising results from them. I think that also they're both lined up to have a lot. Well, Crew is lined up to have significant success in round 1. They're up against Rule 1, and I love Rule 1. I love Sunless Con, but when it comes to Mina versus Sam, I lean more Sam, right? But I don't know how Ninjas and Pajamas is going to go against Optic in the first round. It really depends on the Optic we get, because sometimes Optic is unstoppable, and sometimes they might lose to a Sam team.
Hey, it depends on which Magic Bear shows up. Is it Scrim Bear or is it Online Bear?
True.
This is why this job is so hard, because these people are inconsistent and they're supposed to be the best of the best.
Yeah, but hey,
And if they can't be consistent, I have no hope.
We're here for the homie Brad from Crew. Crew made an awesome run in the Winter Major. That may be one of the best gamer tags other than Daniel, right? It's just Brad. That's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
Fantastic.
sitting here looking at the flag, looking at Brad, Drops, and Drafinho, the signature on the Boost Over Ball flag. Shout out to Raspberries on the flag guy. But
Leg guy.
Like guy.
We're here for crew.
Big leg guy.
AJ, you got anything to add for APAC or Mina?
I mean, what do we got? Elevate.
Yep.
Do do you guys think they have any chance? Okay, are they gonna win a game?
Against Vitality, no.
Wow, I mean, I just meant in general.
I also
Let's see,
think
so-
no. So they most likely lose to
Vitality.
Vitality, and then they play the loser
Yep.
of Complexity and Liquid.
Yeah, no, I don't think they take a game either.
That's a tough draw.
Yeah, it is. That's real rough.
No, I'm in agreement with the rest of this podcast. I've gone against both you a few times, and it's never gone well for me. So you guys are smart.
Sometimes.
Speaking of which,
Oh,
I
really?
believe someone here said that Space Station wasn't gonna do good with LJ. Was that right?
Was that me? Was that me?
I believe
Probably.
that was you, right? I'm not just.
Okay.
I'm not just
Okay.
going crazy
Yes,
here.
you're right. No, you're not
Who-
crazy. But guess
Who is
what?
going
You
into
know
this
what's what's really
ranked 1
fantastic?
NA team?
You know what's really fantastic is I own one piece of merch of a pro team and it is Space Station. So I get to wear it kind of proudly at this next event because they are back to being good again.
Oh, I'm wearing
Granted-
mine too. I'm wearing mine too. I have it. It's packed.
Yeah, you tell
just
me
wearing
that it
B1
was
shit
on
the
your
whole time.
bingo card that them getting rid of Daniel was going to make them better. I mean, I guess it was since we're having this conversation, but like that makes no sense to me as an expert
didn't-
podcaster.
I said that I didn't think
I
they'd be
didn't think it
better,
was
but I
gonna
didn't
make
think
them
they'd be
better.
worse.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean that's why we do this, right? Like the storylines are
Yeah.
fantastic. That's something that, some of us thought might happen, some of us didn't think, but that's like the beauty of it, and that's the fun part. But
That is.
similarly, something we can all get behind. Rule 1, Sunless Khan and Civic, Rawas, Mason, Killers. Rule 1, making a major. Finally usurping Falcons and taking the major spot here for themselves and putting themselves in a fantastic position to make World's wildcard. So congratulations to them. Do you guys think Rule 1 has any chance of making some waves?
I think their first round's going to be against Crew.
Yep.
And let's see. That's match 4. They'll be up against the loser. No. God, no. No, they got a terrible bracket. So they're going to go against Crew, and then they're going to go against BDS or Gen G in the lower bracket. Their lower bracket round is harder than their upper bracket round.
Wait, are you talking about Rule 1?
Yeah, he says he thinks they're gonna lose to Crew, and then they got the loser of BDS and Gen G.
You think Rule 1's gonna lose to Crew?
Yes.
Really?
I think Rule 1 beats Crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also think Rule 1 beats Gen G if Gen G beats BDS.
Want to put a
but I
beer
think-
on it?
I also
I'll owe you a
predicted
beer.
that. Hell yeah.
I'll put
Okay.
put a beer on it. Rule 1, Crew. I'll buy you both a beer. Otherwise, you owe me 2 beers. I love this game.
Okay.
That's fair.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope Crew, don't let me down.
The homie Brad. We need a big name from the homie Brad.
Oh no.
Yeah, I have Rule 1 going to upper semifinals and losing to Vitality.
I think Rule 1 loses to BDS if BDS wins, but I think they beat Gen G if Gen G wins.
That's what I have. I have Gen G sweeping BDS actually,
Oh
and then
my
Rule 1.
god.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. I'm going bold.
Yeah,
with it.
Gen G
and then
sweep.
Rule
Oh,
1
God.
beating Gen G.
That's such a good take, but it also requires us to know which BDS and which Gen G are we going to see.
Exactly.
If you look at trajectories, if you look at just
your crystal
pure
ball?
trajectory, I had it surgically removed. It was causing me problems.
Oh, dang it. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm just down to the 2 God-given ones now.
Oh man.
Oh, and when did this podcast get unhinged? Right?
When did it
there.
go off the
Okay.
rails?
Yeah. Yeah. Back to the dock. I don't think talking about our balls were in here.
Eh,
Oh, there it is. It's right there under Mina. Okay, I see it. I'm right on script.
exactly, 100%. But now that we've taken a look at all the regions, let's jump into our predictions. We have all filled out a full bracket, which we will post on Twitter. We will also post in our Discord server under our Boston channel. So if anybody else, we will also post the link to the Google Doc with directions on how to fill out a bracket if you choose to do so. Post your bracket in there. We could do a bracket challenge for anybody that wants to participate. The matches start tomorrow. Tomorrow, like early afternoon in Eastern time. So anybody who predicts the best bracket, I'll give you some credits. But with that being said, we're going to do our predictions like we normally do. We'll do our top 4 and our winners based on our bracket predictions. AJ, why don't you start us off?
Oh, hey, I was muted. Hey.
I was so confused. I was like, did I disconnect?
I thought I disconnected.
Yeah.
I was
Top
like,
four.
we already did the dramatic pause, dude.
True. All right, top 4: Vitality, Carmine Corp, Moist, and Space Station. And I have Vitality winning. I have Vitality sweeping Carmine in the grand finals.
Okay. Ace, what about you?
All right, I am Vitality. They're winning, and I can't even describe my predictions all the way down. But I have Vitality winning, followed by Space Station taking second, Gen G in third, and Complexity in fourth, which is exact reverse Uno to me thinking that NA didn't stand a chance. So I don't know how I came to this. That's just what felt right as I filled this thing out. We'll see.
Yeah. I too also have Vitality winning. I have Team Liquid coming in second, Moist coming in third, and Space Station rounding out the top 4. I've really been a Space Station truther. It seems like we all have, as we all have Vitality winning, and we all have Space Station in the top 4. You guys agree with that?
Yeah, I'm surprised to see
Yep.
that we all believe in SSG and we all believe us all believing in Vitality. We not surprised. Even though we did start this episode, I think all of us be like, well, maybe I don't know. Well, maybe that was just me. But yeah,
I'll be honest, I want to change my mind again, but I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with the SSG train.
Yeah, I mean,
same.
Don't prove me wrong.
They like I've said, all split since they've started performing as well as they have. I don't think they have the pop off potential or the peak that like a Vitality, a Carmine Corp, a Moist, a Complexity, a Gen G, Liquid have, but they're gonna be solid. Every match we've seen them play this split has been solid. Like they haven't gotten blown out. They don't generally blow out teams, but they will put in a good performance. And so I'm hoping that like in front of a home crowd, they can kind of grind some series out and perform the way that we've seen them perform in NA. But time will tell. We'll have to wait and see how badly NA gets stomped, or in Ace's bracket's case, doesn't get stomped. But only one way to find out.
Yeah.
But
You know what? I'm going to pretend that I thought about this ahead of time and didn't just go with my gut feeling and be like home field advantage. That's what it all is. It's jet lag. That's why NA will be in the top 4.
oh, glad
Except for
exactly.
Vitality.
I can't believe you have crew beating Rule 1.
Yeah, but
Well, if you think it's that far off, then I am going to owe you 2 beers. Otherwise, I'm getting 1 beer out of each of you.
Well, you'll just owe me 1.
Well, I owe you 1. I owe him 1.
Yeah.
hey.
So that's 2 beers.
But we'll have to wait and see on those predictions. But jumping into our last topic for today is going to be Boston, or Bostland, I think is what they're calling it now. We will be there Saturday and Sunday with the rest of the crew. We have media passes again, so we will be able to bring you guys some exciting interviews, hopefully some great pictures and content from the event, some videos, all that kind of fun stuff. We will have stickers, Boost Overball stickers to give away if you come find us, if you see us and want a sticker. We're happy to do that. We will be putting out an episode Friday night, recapping Thursday and Friday's matches, heading into the weekend. Saturday night we'll put out one, and Sunday night we will talk about one. We'll have another one to talk about all the events and our thoughts from the day's events and games. We can't wait to see the matches. We can't wait to see all of your beautiful faces in Boston And with that, we would like to thank you so much for listening. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, join our Discord, rate us wherever you listen to podcasts, as it really helps us out. Make sure to follow that Google Doc link to fill out your bracket for a chance to win some credits. All of the links and more that we just talked about can be found on our website at www.boostoverball.com. And from everyone's favorite aggressively average Rocket League players, remember to always choose Boost over Ball.
Thank you for listening to the Boost Over Ball podcast. Make sure to check out our website, www.boostoverball.com, and rate us wherever you listen to podcasts.